he goes, oh, what did you say? He goes, is that Blueberry gonna keep up? And I was like, Little Red Robin Hood's got a big engine but a small box.
Was born, a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny. Bad Company. Today I die.
Pardon my voice. I've been under the weather, but we are back. We're back in the excavating world today. We're gonna try to wrap up 2 projects and then get on to a 3rd by tomorrow. It's gonna be a busy week here for CWE Excavating, but let me show you what we got going on here. So pond project, we started last week Thursday, worked Thursday, Friday, and a little bit Saturday on it. Basically it was just a big dredge out, so we got a lot of depth. There's 12 to 15 feet there, and it kind of slopes back up this way. We built this edge, put some rock down. They might have us back to riprap it, not sure yet. So, and then the final thing Evan's doing is he's just sloping that edge. They want a nice gradual slope on that edge, and then we dug some more out in the corner. Then we're gonna take the skid steer, clean up the old road, and then we'll be out of here and on to the next project. Probably an hour left here, and then we're going to do a shed pad, which we're going to try to knock out today. So gonna be a busy week. Let's get into it. Grabbing some more rock from up by the guy's house to finish lining part of the pond. Having an old beat up dump truck is worth it for these projects. Something you can beat up. Oh yeah, let me show you what Evan did. Blue Smurf got beat up on this one. Huh. Wasn't me. It was this guy. It was this guy. You want to tell him about your door? I didn't do it. Tell him about your door. Yeah. Gave it the old door delete. Looking real nice along this edge. Number 2 that we're gonna finish today, which is a shed pad. We did the driveway a little bit ago. So Evan's hauling. As I was saying, Evan's hauling fill. I'm starting what we like to call roughing it in. The rough spread, our first compaction layer, trying to get 6 inches. No more, no less, ideally, and then we'll compact it, which on this particular pad, it's probably only going to take 3 to 6 inches to lift up to get it to where our grade is. So probably just one more load of fill, and then we'll spread it, compact it, final grade it, compact it again. It's usually how we do it. So we'll be done with this one here in 2 hours, and then we're moving equipment on to the fun job that we're going to start tomorrow, which is a grain bin foundation. You guys are going to like that one. All right, rough grade is shaping up. shoot, highest point is over there, so that's where we picked to have grade. Lowest point is there, that's coming up maybe 6 to 8 inches. Everything else is only coming up like 3 inches. Concrete will go on top of this another 4 inches. They won't have any drainage problem. Everything's flat, and then water flows that way, water flows that way away from the shed. So great spot that they picked to place this shed as far as any potential water issues. And we're in complete sand country as well, so no shortage of drainage. So this will work out good. Earlier in a different video, if you watch that, we cleared and put this driveway in. It was about a 1-day job as well, so but we're gonna finish grade this and crown this a little bit better too. Going good. Okay, we're on to that grain bin foundation that I told you guys about earlier in this video. It's been a couple days, we got rained out, and we wanted to really just get going on this project, so I missed the beginning of it, but I'll show you where we're at. So, we have the hole excavated down 2 feet 3 inches. So we stripped all the topsoil, and then we excavated this out, got our subgrade, compacted our subgrade. Now, the general contractor is calling for 2 feet of breaker rock, which we will compact in 6-inch lifts, and then this 3-inch minus on top before they pull the concrete. So, got a perfectly circular hole, and Evan's loading out the fill now, so we're gonna haul the fill off the job site, and then we'll get back to putting the rock in, spreading it 6-inch lifts. And no, we're not using that little guy for the whole thing. We got our big compactor. Stay tuned, I'm gonna keep you updated as we go through this project. But this has been a fun one. This is for a local farmer, and actually a friend of ours as well. So they're gonna put up a big grain system, grain setup. So, sweet project, fun project. Yeah, stay tuned. All right, that's gonna be a wrap on today. We got about 4 lifts in, compacted of the breaker rock, so we gotta do one more lift of rock. We're out of rock though, and the pit is closed, so we'll finish up tomorrow. So we're gonna do one more layer of the breaker as requested by the contractor. And then we got this 3-inch minus with the fines in it, or we could use 1 1/4. We're gonna do 3 inches on top of that for them to set the concrete on. This bin's gonna get 2 feet of concrete, and it's a pretty large grain bin. So while we were here, we also took down, cleared a bunch of trees that were in the background here. Cleared out that area so they can use it for whatever they want in the future. So that's a wrap on today. See you tomorrow. All right, we're back. Final day here on the grain bin project. As you can see, it's looking really nice. We got all our breaker down currently. So this is like it's supposed to be 3 to 6 inch breaker, but it's more like 3 to 12. They're not real consistent with this rock, but either way, it's compacted in and it's locked in place. The whole idea of having breaker down as your base for a grain bin is it helps distribute all the weight that's coming down. So we're on grade here for this, what we are calling our subgrade. So we got to come up 3 more inches to get to our actual grade with road base. So the guys are hauling 2 more loads in, a road base that should give us enough to do 3 inches all the way around, completely compacted 3 inches, and we will make sure we are on final grade. And this project will then be a wrap. So, and ready for concrete and ready for the grain bin. I'm gonna show you guys what we're using to compact. If you don't have one of these, recommend it. Cat vibrating roller, skid steer mounted, standard flow hydraulics, and she shakes the earth. I don't remember exactly what the dynamic force is, but I mean it's pounding. It's more affordable than buying an actual roller vibrator, and I believe it's going to do just as good of a job. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but we're getting great compaction out of it. It's one piece of equipment that we're finding out of everything we've bought so far. I think it's the piece of equipment that's going to pay for itself the fastest. So comes with a 2-year warranty, I believe, and we almost got it paid off already in 4 or 5 jobs. So pretty nice piece of equipment to have. I'm gonna start spreading this and I'll show you guys the final product. Thanks for watching. Okay, final lift. Road base is in. She's on grade, I think. Ready for concrete.
He goes, oh, what did you say? He goes, is that blueberry gonna keep up? And I was like, Little Red Robin Hood's got a big engine but a small box. And you just hear the pit guys just geeking.
He gets out.